So what if I were to tell you, hey, gifted person or parent of a gifted person, there's a very high probability that you or your child has an extreme heightened sensitivity in one or more of 5 different areas or domains. And by the way, it's going to cause a lot of turmoil, challenge, and it's going to be really difficult in these particular domains. You would not exactly be pleased or excited or grateful for these gifts, right? Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. These are what are called over-excitabilities. They are traits that tend to manifest in gifted individuals. However, here's the positive side. If leveraged positively and creatively, these can be great sources of creative energy, and you might even say potential superpowers. That's our take here at NuMinds. So in this knowledge drop, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the 5 overexcitabilities, and we're going to link you to some excellent resources to kind of guide you as a parent, teacher, or individual, right? So here's the deal. There was a Polish psychiatrist named Dabrowski, and he worked over the years with highly gifted individuals, and he was the first to propose this concept of overexcitability. So what he said was, for whatever reason, gifted individuals tend to have a heightened awareness or response to the world around them in these 5 particular areas or domains. And when they do, it can cause a lot of tension, a lot of turmoil, inner and outer turmoil. But these turmoils are actually an excellent opportunity for inner growth and development. So what are the 5 overexcitabilities? I'm going to go over them really quickly, and then we're going to link you to some excellent resources for you to dig a little deeper. And you can always reach out to us if you want even further reading or resources, okay? So the five overexcitabilities, originally proposed by Dabrowski and since elaborated upon by many other researchers. The first one is psychomotor. This is kind of a kinesthetic sensitivity, extreme physical activity, the need to express physical activity. And this is, you always have to take this in comparison to peers, right? So if you talk, any 9-year-old you look at is going to have probably have a lot of physical energy. So you want to compare this to peers. Do they have a heightened expression of physical energy? That may be a psychomotor overexcitability. Number 2 is what they call sensual or sensory overexcitability. This is a real heightened receptivity to aesthetics, colors, sounds, smells, textures. On the one hand, this can be an extreme challenge because you have really high sensitivity to the environment around you. On the other hand, this can be leveraged for great creativity and expression over the long run, right? So another overexcitability is intellectual overexcitability. This can be extreme curiosity, an almost obsessive need for justice and fairness, a passionate exploration of a particular topic, for example. That's intellectual overexcitability. The next one is imaginational overexcitability, and it's what it sounds like. It's an extremely queued up, sensitive, active imagination that mingles fact and fiction to an extreme. And the last one is emotional overexcitability. And as you can imagine, this means an extreme sensitivity and empathy to the world around them. They really can pick up on the moods and emotions and states of mind of the people around them. And obviously this can be a challenge to a young person not trained to process these things, but when developed and nurtured, empathy can be a literal superpower, as we know. Okay, so a couple of things we have for you to explore further. Number 1, we have a link to a checklist. This was developed by Gifted and Creative Services of Australia. This is kind of the best one we've seen. It's casual, it's informal, it's not like some kind of intelligence test. It's simply an inventory to give you some insight. And we recommend doing it on yourself, on your child. And what this is going to do is just kind of map it out for you, like where you may be displaying one of the overexcitabilities, okay? And then, very important, once you've done this and you have kind of a grip on an overexcitability that you or your child or your student may be manifesting, then what, right? We also have a link to a very handy, what we've done is kind of condensed the research down into, one by one, going through the overexcitabilities, the characteristics or traits that you're going to see manifesting, and then the recommendations straight from the research, things you can try at home, in the classroom, that may help begin this process of leveraging these overexcitabilities into superpowers. All right, so that's that. As always, let us know what you think about this topic. Was it helpful? Do you want more elaboration? Reach out, let us know what you want to hear about. We love sharing our knowledge on the Knowledge Drops.